You saying you're opening, you were opening for me is preposterous.
That was back in the day.
You just did Garrett Morris's club downtown?
Yes.
You told me.
I did.
Let me rephrase that. You told me you did Garrett Morris.
No, I did Garrett Morris.
I didn't mean to surprise you.
You know why I blanked? Because I just got a thing about Brad. Someone was asking me about Brad Garrett's club in Vegas. Garrett Morris's club.
Let me tell you something, Alonzo. You got to come to my club.
It's a hole in the wall on Fifth Street. It's like, literally 2 empty rooms with the backdrop painted on the cement wall kind of thing. And he's got this little blues band. He's got these 3 old guys who play the blues in between acts.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It was totally old school. It was like back in the day when comics had a live band where you fucked with the band leader and he would fuck with you and stuff like that.
Doc's wearing his weekend suit.
It was fun though. It was fun. Very, very cool. Very fun show.
Ryan Sickler was here, and he said it was. He said it was fun, but he said it was super ghetto. He said the dressing room is outside.
If there is a dressing room, it must have been outside.
Yeah, he said it was just lawn chairs.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
And people are begging for change as you're sitting there waiting to go on.
Garrett Morris was just doing like jokes. Like he did a 3 nuns getting into heaven joke and stuff like that. And you're just like...
Well, was he ever a comic? I don't think he... Was he?
I don't know. I think, or was he just an actor? I don't think he was ever a stand-up. I think he just did comic acting.
I was told when he was on SNL, like they all did so much coke that some of them just lost their mind, like actually became psychotic. And he thought there were aliens in the air conditioning vents of his he would never go in his dressing room because the aliens were there and they could read his mind.
That's why his club has dressing rooms outside. See, that doesn't go away. That stays with you. You keep it outside where the aliens.
Is he with it?
Yeah, he's working.
I know he's working. A lot of people that are not with it work. Like true. Chevy Chase works. I don't think he knows what a gallon of milk costs.
No, Garrett's definitely with it.
Because when I see him on TV, it's almost like, oh, come on. I root for him, but it seems laborious.
Someone else told me that, but when I met him, and I had never met him before prior to Saturday night, he was cool. He seemed with it.
Now, is he running the show? Like, you go on then, you do a half hour, then you bring up...
No, he hosts it, and he hangs out there. He's got a couple of people who work for him who run the club. This one comic, Jackie Fabulous, she books it. And a guy named Kevin...
That's not her real name.
No, it's her show.
Michelle Fabulous.
Yeah, it's and this guy named Kevin, who I don't remember Kev's last name, but he and I started out together as doormen at the Laugh Factory. And
I didn't know you were a doorman at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, I was a doorman at the Laugh Factory in '93. That was my first gig. And so Kevin's managing the club for Garrett. Yeah, what happened was...
so you've made it, and Kevin's just switched places to be a doorman. So Kevin, this bud's for you.
Yeah, I went down. You know how Jamie at the Laugh Factory has that 3-minute audition?
Yeah.
Like you're an open...
Buddy, come on, buddy.
Right. So I do my 3 minutes, and he's like... I need doormen. Like, you do door, and I give you spots when people don't show up.
And did he?
And yeah. So I did that for like 6 months, and then Fraze hired me when he had Fraser Smith After Midnight. And I remember you from back then. You had the best Def Jam joke.
The Def Jam comics.
Yeah.
I would love to bring it back, but there's no Def Jam comedy anymore.
No, nobody knows it.
Def Jam, I forget how did it go. It was about Def Jam. There's nothing. Well, help me.
You said that you like watching Def Jam so you can see how white people are supposed to talk.
Oh yeah, because
apparently we all talk like this. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, fella. How are you, pal? Here come the Negroes. Get in the car. I'm retarded. I just shit my pants. Hiya, fella. Hiya, brother, Broham. Hi, Broham. We don't want any trouble here, pal.
And then I did that about 5 years ago, and I said, no white people talk like that. You know who talks like that? Tony Gwynn. Tony Dungy, Lovey Smith,
You're right, Tony Gwynn,
Romeo
like
Crennel, black head coaches. Mike Singletary, when he coached the 49ers, somehow went from, oh, this is my kind of party, we could do this all day, to, let me tell you about Vernon Davis. He started talking like Maya Angelou. So we can't figure that guy out. But yeah, that Def Jam was a fascinating thing because guys just got on the show. Like guys that had no business being on television. It was like this cult of personality. It was like, oh yeah, no, that's my man. That's my man. And it's like, yes, but that doesn't mean you should be doing 15 minutes on HBO.
But did you see the Bernie Mac tribute?
No.
Oh, they did Comedy Central did one, and they showed his set that I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Did you ever see that set?
Yeah, it's one of the best sets of all time.
Yeah, that's what they said. It was like, so one of the people said it was the greatest 8 minutes, the greatest 8-minute comedy set ever done. I remember when he did that. That was the thing about Def Jam. It made a few people stars. Like there was a lot of the same thing. You know, white people do this, give it up for the ladies, blah blah blah. You know, it was the same.
There's some good-looking females in here. How about a round of applause for the ladies? Because essentially, you would get a guy that would have 4 applause breaks before he said any setup or punchline. Y'all give yourselves a round of applause coming out tonight. Look good. How about black people in general? Look at all these beautiful black people getting the ladies, men and women of the armed services.
Yeah, and and then. And don't forget Jesus. You had to thank Jesus at some point.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be up here. So give a round of applause for the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
But that's my time. Good night. Every now and then there would be breakout sets. Bernie Mac did one. Chris Tucker was a breakout. There were a few people on that show who killed it.
And then there's people that killed it. There's guys that are like snake bit. Like Rich Voss was the only white guy. He was the first white guy, I guess, to do. I'm sure Rob Magnotti probably did it after him. But Rich Voss did Def Jam and killed. And on his resume for a while, it was like the white guy from Def Jam, and like brothers and sisters would come out and see his show. And but I think Rich's whole angle of like, ugh, I stink. Yeah. I'm dying up here. Look at this. I am the worst. Like, I think if you say that enough, the audience goes, oh, that's the guy that stinks.
Yeah.
And they stop coming, right? Like, that should have propelled him.
Yeah. But it's one of those things. Sometimes you have the great set. I've had that where I've had the killer set on a show, and then I'm waiting for the phone to ring, and you're like, nothing. Wasn't there. I don't know.
I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. And on a scale, like when you do movie, like I'm like, all right, Jerry Maguire and Picture Perfect to me, I just thought, I'm done. They're just going to call.
Yeah.
They're just going to call because it's two. One's an asshole. One's the sweetest guy in the world. What's next? And nobody called.
Yeah.
And it really is. I've learned once you hit 40, your priorities shift incredibly. Is all you care about is like you're working with this guy, you're working with this person, and you just go, are they nice? Like you don't even give a fuck if they're funny.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be with you for a weekend, are you a nice person?
Right.
You can go up and eat ass and do like booty jokes and just stink. But if you're nice, I don't care.
Yeah. I'll make it easy.
I'll say, maybe you could say this at the end, that might help. But then the other thing is also, if you're waiting for the phone to ring, it's like, oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. The worst place to be is the waiting place. Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? You got to keep moving so that when the phone rings, you got to reach back behind you and go, oh shit, that's right, my phone's ringing. And then that's my philosophy, I guess.
No, you're right. I mean,
you keep going. And then when the phone rings, it's like a surprise.
Yeah, because people, I get really frustrated sometimes because I think I'm a great comic, but I haven't found that thing that gets me 1 million fans and sells out theaters and stuff like that, And I've had people say well, when do you make it? And I'm like, I don't know who would I say made it? I would say Chris Rock made it.
Yeah.
Seinfeld made it.
Sandler
made it. But there's 10 guys who I think, and even them, I don't know if they ever relax and say, whew, I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a freedom that comes. I think Louis Black has that freedom where he can do different shit. Lou mainly does live stuff, but then you throw in a movie and then you throw in an HBO special every 2 years.
The irate bellman.
He's but it's
How would I know where your ice bucket is? It's your ice bucket. You are in the room. I'm downstairs.
But do you think you made it?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've made it. I know
you have a good living. And,
I know
and all
that
of
I've made
stuff,
it, but this house don't pay for itself.
Right.
I got to go out and keep making it.
Right.
And it's always, like you said, like now it's the theaters. Like I want to keep doing the theaters. And the thing with what people don't understand, like, I'll catch him next time he's in town. If you don't come, I won't be asked back.
Yeah.
You have to come support live comedy. Otherwise, club owners go, well, wow, we had Jay Mohr in St. Petersburg. That was not good.
Yeah.
2,000-seat theater. Eesh.
And everyone who comes who's never been, they always say the same thing. Wow, comedy's so much better live. Yeah, it is. Comedy is something you have to see live. It'll be funny on TV or YouTube, but you're missing half of it.
All of it, I think. I know exactly. There's only one thing. Like hockey, when you go see it live, is the greatest thing in the world. You watch it on TV, you're like, is there going to be a fucking commercial? I got to pee. Like, are you guys serious? It just keeps going. Basketball live is great because they're stars.
Yeah.
Like hockey live, there's really no stars. Ovechkin and those guys and Crosby. But basketball, like you see Melo, Kobe, Lob City, you're wearing a Clippers shirt. You go down and see Lob City. There's stars. Kenyon Martin isn't the best guy on the team even.
Yeah.
But he's a star.
And the thing
I remember when he was on the Nets, he was a star.
Live basketball, people don't, and it's true of football too, but really with basketball, people don't realize how big and how fast those guys are.
Yes.
Because they're all the same size. But like when you see Blake Griffin go in for a dunk, or when you see Kobe, like it's impossible some of the moves he makes. And then you're like, wow, this is a different game.
The only thing not better live is football. Football live is
football's a TV
horrible.
sport.
It's horrible.
Football live
it's freezing
is waiting.
cold.
Hey, let's wait. Hey, let's wait some more. Hey, let's wait again. Because every one of those commercials, you're sitting in the stands. And you're not even close to the field.
No. Like hockey, no matter where you are in a hockey arena, you're there. You're on top. And basketball, too. Like the shittiest basketball seats, I don't know. Maybe it's just the energy that carries you through the whole experience. But football live, it's like, what number is that? Who's that guy? But like on football, you can rewind it in TiVo, and you can just space out. I don't know if you do this. Like I'll be on a treadmill or something, and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to just follow the tight end this entire quarter.
Yeah.
And that's all. And then you go, holy shit, he's taking plays off.
Right.
Like it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
It's the American pastime.
Yeah.
But if you don't go see comedy live, you're really doing your town a disservice too, because the club will go away.
Right.
Like the Baltimore Improv went away.
Yeah.
And then it came back as like something named not Improv.
Yeah, I was just there not too long ago. I think it's a comedy factory. Yeah, it's Baltimore Comedy Factory.
Was it George Carlin that said all these names are like, I killed. I went to the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store. It's always job
it's always
and death
job.
related. I killed. I slayed him. I killed him. I bombed.
Or in the immortal words of Jay London, please kill me now.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What happened to Blake Griffin's twin brother? Was he a twin?
Yeah.
At Oklahoma.
Yeah, he did have a brother.
He had a twin. Now, this is, I don't know if you can be ghetto if you live in Oklahoma, so I guess it's country. This is, or Geechee, I guess would be the correct phrase. As Geechee as it gets, to have a twin brother a grade behind you. His brother was a fucking junior when he was a senior. He was a sophomore.
Yeah. Where is he, though?
And he was a junior. I guarantee you he's in Blake Griffin's couch. And you know what? Wherever he is, he's rolling in a Kia. And that shit is tricked out. Do you think Blake Griffin drives a Kia?
Blake Griffin...
to practice. He goes from Newport
Blake
Beach.
Griffin's driven a Kia on a commercial, and he has a Kia somewhere. But Blake is rolling in a Bentley or something like that. I don't know though. Like I don't know Blake. I wonder if he's country. He's Oklahoma.
He seems pretty country,
and he seems pretty small town. Like he hasn't gone L.A. yet.
Neil Brennan said he was at Neil Brennan's house and he wanted water, and he gave him he went to the faucet and had tap water, and Neil told him. He said this off mic.
Yeah.
When we were done with the podcast, he said, "No, there's like bottles of water," and he goes, "Oh, I couldn't. like breaking out the good vodka.
Yeah, no,
And he's like, no, you don't
comes
understand.
across that way.
We were so poor, like I wouldn't like I think it's $2 a bottle. I'm not going to touch your bottled water.
Yeah, he seems like he was raised like really respectful and, old school, which is great. And the other great thing about him, he seems like he's having fun.
I like to think he carries a Kia to practice up to 110.
Yeah.
He just jogs with a Kia on each shoulder. And then when he gets up, pulls up to the arena, he just drops
But
them
how
off.
weak was a dunk contest this year where everybody decided they were going to jump over some shit?
Well, that was weak. What was weaker was I didn't know who anyone was. When Iman Shumpert of the
That's right.
Knicks
There was
pulled out, the rookie from Georgia Tech's like, you know what?
no
I don't
name.
feel like